Hello Pisces, I hope you're all doing well. Happy birthday. You get to go first because it's your birthday season. So I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to JilleTarot. This is your love reading for March 2022. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And it's not going to resonate with everyone. So let your intuition guide you to the things that feel meaningful for you. You could also check out the other signs that make up your natal chart. A lot of times those readings contain additional messages. And thank you all for your support. If this resonates, please feel free to like, share, subscribe. So let's start off by seeing what the main energy is surrounding you regarding love, Pisces. What does Pisces need to know regarding love? We're getting awaiting results. So, feels like you're waiting the results of some sort of love situation here, waiting on something with this 7 energy that's coming in. Let's get 2 cards to go with awaiting results. What might be going on with this waiting energy? And we're getting boundaries, know when to put up and let down your walls, and twin flame. A spiritual connection between you and your twin flame. So you could be awaiting results when it comes to a twin flame situation, some spiritual connection, and you're just kind of waiting, to see what the results. You might have put forth some type of effort, some sort of physical effort, something in the tangible world that you've made an effort, put yourself out there, and now you're just kind of waiting to see what the results of that effort is going to be with this 7 of energies. We have boundaries, knowing when to put up and let down your walls. So there could have been an issue for some of you. There's some sort of issue with boundaries. You need to make sure that you take a hard look at your boundary issues if you have any. When this card comes up, it just feels like it's a time to take, step back and kind of reflect on your boundaries and look to see if you're actually using your boundaries wisely, knowing when to put up and let down your walls when it comes to love. So for some of you, you could be, the boundary issues could be that you have your walls up and there's really no need to. It feels like if you want love to come in, you need to kind of let your walls down. For others of you, this is about you're just kind of, you could be being walked all over when it comes to your boundaries, when it comes to a love situation. Not having firm boundaries could be an issue for some of you. But let's get some cards for boundaries. Feels like for some of you, maybe you've just barely firmed up, you've just recently firmed up your boundaries, and that's the results that you're awaiting. You're waiting to see what happens. As you firmed up your boundaries, you're very strong in your boundaries, and now you're with a spiritual connection, you're just kind of waiting to see what the results are. Let's get some cards here. And we're getting the 10 of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. So it feels like, whatever has been going on, whatever your situation is, it's been a pretty heavy burden. But as you're awaiting results, if you take a look at your boundary issues, that can actually release some of this heavy burden that you've been carrying with this 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is an energy about you're almost there. You've come a long way. You've been carrying this heavy burden, but there is an ending to the burden, and your goal, you're close to achieving your goal here when it comes to your boundaries, when it comes to whatever it is that you're awaiting the results of. You're close to knowing the results of whatever this issue is that's been going on. And then we have the Page of Wands, and when it comes to the Page of Wands, you can tap into this energy where there's this new promising energy where you start to kind of take action. As the burden is ending, when it comes to your boundaries, it feels like you're taking this new action, or have taken this new action to actually, start to kind of be more confident in your passions, be more bold when it comes to communicating boundaries and setting limits when it comes to boundaries. just taking the action that you need to take to actually know when to put up your walls and when to let down your walls. That feels like that's this new energy. But this new energy with this Page of Wands is actually bringing new excitement. You're kind of this new exploring energy, and that this new energy could be what you're awaiting the results of, because you've started to take this new action and you've gotten clear in your boundaries. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queens are interested in connections and relationships. And this Queen of Pentacles is very grounded, stable energy when it comes to relationships. This is being very much, there's abundance, there's stability, there's security in this situation. And these are just energies that you can tap into, that are available to you to go ahead and tap into, to use for your greater good here. With this Queen of Pentacles, like I said, it is just, this is in the physical world. It feels like it's manifested here with the boundaries issues. It's actually a tangible result of working through your boundary issues. And it feels like as a result of what it is you've been awaiting an answer on, waiting and seeing what happens. And this is you being very much grounded and very secure in when it comes to connection and relationship. It just feels like, Pisces, for some of you, you're actually, you know exactly what you want in a love situation. You know exactly what you want to go for, what you're not willing to accept anymore, and you're very grounded and secure in yourself here with this Queen of Pentacles. So we do have fire sign energy and earth energy. You could be connecting with those signs or dealing with those signs when it comes to this situation, when it comes to boundaries or whatever effort it is that you put forth that you're awaiting the results on. And so with a fire sign, could be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. Earth energy, you could be dealing with a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn when it comes to boundaries. Or it could be that whatever you're dealing with these people is been a heavy burden, but the burden is ending. And then you can tap into these new energies going forward. So, and then we have twin flame, a spiritual connection between you and your twin flame. So when it comes to twin flame, energy is kind of, it's very personalized and subjective. So it just, for me, this just more means in a spiritual connection, there is a spiritual connection coming in, that the universe is saying there's an opportunity for a spiritual connection. If you're in a connection, there has been a boundary issue, a heavy burden that's gone on in this connection. It's a spiritual connection, and you're just kind of, it feels like you've worked on some boundary issues, worked through the heavy burden that's been going on in this situation, and you're awaiting results. The result is a very secure, stable energy. And so when it comes to this twin flame energy, this spiritual connection that's coming in and available, it does come in, it feels like, but it feels like this all hinges on the boundary issues. So, back to boundaries, knowing when to put up and when to let down your walls, knowing whether you possibly have your walls up and that's blocking this spiritual connection, or, you kind of you have your walls are down all the time, and that's not leaving you any energy to come into a spiritual connection or to deepen a spiritual connection. So let's get 3 cards for this twin flame energy. We're getting the Knight of Wands, the 4 of Wands, and the 10 of Pentacles. So we are moving into very positive energy here with this spiritual connection. Notice we're moving from the Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands. This is when you start to take this new action. Action is required when it comes to coming into a spiritual connection or deepening the bond of a spiritual connection. With this Knight of Wands, it's a very passionate, adventurous, exciting, and bold energy with this Knight of Wands. And so if you are dealing with a fire sign, that could be them. There's this new communication, and then they start to take this spiritual connection. They start to actually take action to come towards you. And it's very bold action. It's very passionate action. Feels like it's very impulsive action at the same time. Then we have the Four of Wands. This is a card of a committed relationship. This is a very solid foundation to build upon when it comes to a spiritual connection. So if you're already in a connection and there's been some heavy burden, and you're kind of you've tried to fix the situation, you're just awaiting the results. The burden is ending. There's this new energy coming in from the actions that have been taken to solve whatever's been a burden, and it brings this stable, grounded energy into the connection. And by taking this very bold action, it actually brings more stability to the foundation of your connection. And then we arrive at the Ten of Pentacles. This is total happiness in your physical world here. If you notice the image on this card, there's a happy family, there's happy pets, there's a home in the background. Things are nice in your physical world. You arrive at happiness here with this Ten of Pentacles. This is abundance in all forms of life. This is happiness and success. You have reached your goal. If you notice, we start with the Ten of Wands, which is you're almost ready to release this burden. 2, you have achieved and ended a burden. You have achieved your goal here with the Ten of Pentacles when it comes to a spiritual connection. If you're not in a connection, like I said, there's some burden you've been carrying around when it comes to a spiritual connection. You have taken a hard look at your boundary issues, and your boundary issues have been a heavy burden, whichever way those boundary issues go. It's been a heavy burden, but you're almost, if you take the action, you're going to be able to work through and firm up any boundary issues, and that leaves you very stable and secure when it comes to coming into connection with another person. You're coming into this connection from this Queen of Pentacles. You're going to offer that, you have abundance. You're going to offer abundance out into the world. And this is you being very much stable and secure, very much grounded in your energy here with this Queen of Pentacles. When it comes to coming into a spiritual connection with another person, it does feel to me like this Knight of Wands energy is another person that then approaches you. They send a message, there's this new passionate message, and then they actually start to approach you. And it is a very solid connection here with the Four of Pentacles coming in. The Four of Wands coming in. This is about a very solid foundation. This is two people coming together in this celebration energy for happy times. But this is also another card of stability and success. And then here you are. You're going to be able to achieve, when it comes to a spiritual connection, you come and arrive at this Ten of Pentacles energy. This is abundance in all forms of your life. And it comes back to this, we start out the reading with you awaiting the results. We come into this issues with boundaries and taking action to resolve whatever heavy burden you've been carrying around a certain issue. You do arrive here. You've achieved your goal with this Ten of Pentacles, and there is abundance comes in all forms of life. This is a happy, successful life right here, and you have arrived and achieved your goal with the Ten of Pentacles. So it looks very nice for you, Pisces. And just know that, like I said, we do have earth energy and fire energy. So you could be connecting or dealing in some way with those signs currently, or they could be coming in towards you. But let's see what the best advice is for Pisces regarding love. What's the best advice for Pisces? And we're getting resolving issues, solving inner conflict with others, and healing past trauma. Back to the boundaries. Back to awaiting results of whatever the issues are that you have resolved. Any inner conflict with others, any past traumas. It feels like you work through that, and then you start off the month awaiting the results of the effort, the hard work that you've put in, and for this healing, this solving of any conflicts you've been going through. And so it does feel like the best advice here is to make sure that you're resolving any issues and that you're not just sweeping those issues under the rug. Results are coming, but there is going to be a time of waiting because you need to start working on resolving your issues. And if you can resolve any issues, solving any conflicts, healing any past trauma, whatever this situation is surrounding you, when it comes to a spiritual connection, we do have you, if you resolve the issues, here we come into a more very solid, stable foundation, coming together with another person, coming into a committed relationship, and there's tons of happiness and abundance that await you. So I hope this was helpful, Pisces. I hope you have a happy birthday and a great month. And until next time, I'm wishing you lots of love and many blessings.